Damn.
Welcome to the Peace Pipe Podcast. That was Peace Pipe. That was just it. How's everyone doing on this fabulous motherfucking Sunday? What's up, Anthony? What's up, X?
Back once again.
What's going on?
I think you're frozen. Is Danks frozen on your screen? X?
Yeah.
Can you hear us okay?
I don't know what's going on. Everything's real laggy, and you guys look weird.
What you got behind you there, X?
Enclosures, man.
Yeah, I know.
Cases.
I kind of figure what kind of snakes are already in there, but what do you have in there?
Demon snakes.
Well, you got two ball pythons right here, left and the right. And in the middle right here is a scorpion. I don't know what kind of scorpion. And
Demon.
on the bottom is a bigger case with another ball python.
Are you going to demonstrate and show us some of those cool scorpions? You want to pull one out?
No, I'm good. I'm not trying to get stung right now.
Yeah, whoa, David, this isn't the reptile show now.
Just seeing if you want to explore a little bit, pull one out, show the camera.
Yeah. No, man. This one's always hiding. It's always digging like into the little thing, I guess.
So how's the week go for both of you?
It was all right, man. Smooth and steady.
Fucking cold as shit now, huh?
Oh yeah, that is true.
You got yourself a TV?
Ooh.
UX?
Oh yeah, no, I bought a TV for my sister. Nothing too big, I mean, she even told me to try not to get anything too big. I'm like, all right, cool.
Nothing too
Originally, yeah, I only got her like a little 32-inch TV. Originally, I wanted to get like a 50 or like a 55 because they had some deals going on for like a 55 or 50. It was like 187.
That's a fucking great deal.
Yeah, I was gonna get it, but I was like, nah, because there's gonna be no room to put it,
Drug dealer style. Just take the one whole wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nah, but other than that, man, I mean, my weekend's going all right. After this, I gotta do some fucking laundry, but other than that, I just been chilling, man, chilling and working.
What about you, Anthony?
Same old shit, just working. Fucking, I had to go to the DMV to go deregister both of my trucks. So that was kind
Oh
of
shit.
DMV sucks balls. I feel like I see the same people every year too. Around the same time of year, it's the same people going to the DMV.
Mm.
Doing the same thing, registering their car.
Yeah, pain in the ass.
It's just getting worse by the year with each, every year more people move here, so.
That is true.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
fucking recently did work on one of my trucks, so I disconnected the battery, so I couldn't do the smog check, so I had to fucking drive it for like 3 hours the other day, like all fucking Friday. I had to drive it back and forth on the freeway and get like 60 miles on it. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, I gotta do some work on the car that I have too. I just need to replace the battery. That's pretty much it.
That's work. That ain't work. That's just like two bolts.
Yeah, it's just light shit. Really, it's purely white shit, light shit. But
Blinker fluid.
yeah, just checking fluids, changing the battery,
Yeah.
changing the fucking windshield
Rebuild the
wipers.
carburetor.
Yeah, rebuild the whole fucking engine. No, I'm fucking with you. Hell no, I can't even fucking fix that car up the way I want, bro, because of the engine it has. Yeah, I was like, I don't know, it's fucking confusing. So I'm just like trying to look into that, see what's up. But if I can fix it to where I can just go back and forth, I mean, I can already, but after a while, I want to try to get my own car so I can just give it to my brother.
That's cool.
Yeah, give me like a probably just try to get a Civic or something.
Get like a mob boss style car. You have like enough room to put like two fat bastards or like five regular people.
Yeah, right. You can give me a fucking Cadillac. Give me a caddy.
Oh, this is a good movie. You guys, I like old like monster movies, but have you ever seen that movie with Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal? It's called Analyze That.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's fucking hilarious. So it's pretty much like Robert De Niro is a mob boss, and they try to kill him. So he like has anxiety attacks. So he goes to the doctor, and the doctor tries to tell him like, "You have anxiety attacks," and it's a Hindu guy. You have anxiety attacks, and he's like, "Look at me. Does it look like I panic? What do you mean?" So then he's like, tells his bodyguard, "Look, man, I'm looking for a doctor, a head doctor." It's like, "You a head doctor?" He's like, "No, no, no, for a friend of mine, a friend." He's like, "Just look for this doctor." And he's like, "So coincidentally, we got ran into a head doctor recently. Actually, he ran into us, and they were in traffic, and they ran into them, and they had a Cadillac, and they fucking rammed into the back of their shit, and it made the back trunk pop open, and there was some dude in the back, like all tied up and shit. That shit's fucking hilarious. Good times.
God damn it. No, I haven't really watched that. I haven't really watched any movies recently. I mean, the only one I have was eh, fuck, Hector Galactic or Intergalactic with it's like made by Kid Cudi, like a rapper. It's like a little animated movie on
You talking about the one
Netflix.
that got his shit blown up by Puff Daddy?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that was the dude that got his car blown up. Day.
Oh,
He got a baby oil fucking car bomb on him. Ooh, bullshit up. And what's funny about that too, they're like in court, they're like, "Tell me what kind of other diabolical shit he did." And he's like, "Well, he went in the house and he opened all the Christmas presents." It's like, what the fuck? You break in your house just to open your presents? What a bastard. He's like, "Yeah, and then I seen him when leaving the crime scene when we're pulling up to the house." And it's like, man, imagine that shit. You're leaving the crime scene as Puff Daddy, you just like looking at this for crazy and shit. Open all your presents.
nah, man. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that guy, man. Just been hearing a bunch of shit back and forth about him. Just I've been hearing a bunch of he said, she said bullshit. No.
And likes his baby oil.
Have you seen the video of that helicopter that crashed in LA?
That what?
There was a helicopter that crashed in LA. It was like on the beach, I think.
Which one?
I think they were.
The second one lately. There's like been two lately.
There was what?
There was another one lately too.
Yeah, it was crazy because he barely had. So the helicopter had went up, like barely even was about to take off, and for some reason, and it just started fucking spinning out of control. Next thing you know, it crashes into like one of the little fucking. It crashes into one of the statues and shit.
Damn.
Yeah. And I also heard there was a fucking explosion or something at a facility somewhere, killing 19 people. What was that about?
That was in Tennessee.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They were building bombs for the federal government, and one of the bombs
And
tried to blow up, I guess. Or they're like, hey, don't. New guys like, do I add this one to this one? They're like, don't do that. I don't know.
oh, we'll never know. They're all fucking dead. Well, they're all dead. You know, we won't get a statement, so I don't know.
You said like, yeah, like
That's all.
four.
What happened?
They said like 9 people were unaccounted for, some shit like that.
Oh, I thought it was 19.
I thought it was 18.
That's a lot. Okay.
I mean, either way, it's still a lot, you know. But yeah, that's what I heard, man. A lot of shit's been going on. I mean, fuck, there was a goddamn car crash just up the road from where I'm at.
I get an alert every day, at least one about like major earthquakes. Fucking
I don't feel nothing.
no, not like just here. It's like around the world.
No, what I follow this account on Instagram. It's like a Reno account.
Okay.
So it's almost every fucking day somebody's posting about fucking car accidents, shootouts, like all this shit, you know? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck is going on around here, man?
Yeah, fucking weird.
People are fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, Reno's getting crazier.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like going out and shit, but fuck that shit, you know? I ain't trying to risk it.
Hey, stay home and get drunk.
Oh, I'll stay home and get high. I mean, I don't drink anymore.
You don't?
Nah, not after my surgery. I just couldn't. I tried drinking a beer, and then it was like, yeah, no, I didn't. I wasn't throwing up or nothing. I don't know. Like my body was like, nah.
Oh,
Oh, that Dr. Pepper. I don't know if it's the beer.
it coated a thin coating in
Could be.
your
Could be. Let me get I actually got a hat. Hold up.
What a Dr. Pepper hat?
Yeah.
A Dr. Pepper and a Black and Mild. Fucking.
You know where I ended up finding out where this fucking hat was from? Fucking Irving, Texas.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, you know, a little piece of home for me, I guess.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and if y'all do hear any noises in the background, it's my brother playing Red Dead right now.
Oh, you're good. I don't know if you can hear my son back there. Probably can.
Yeah, I can, but it's cool.
I was gonna say though, you know, the way the ex was like, yeah, I see them over there.
Well, I do. I mean, he's right there.
I wasn't gonna say it though.
No, man.
He's trying to
Fuck. Dude,
figure out more. He's like, no, I'm getting on this.
nah, man. I'll tell you what. Fucking things have been getting a little crazy, you know.
What you mean? Like in town?
I mean, just not just town, but like fucking globally, you know? Like all this shit I've been hearing. I mean, all these crashes, a fucking ongoing war and all that. You know? And yeah, they don't talk about that shit. Nobody does, you know? I think the most recent fucking thing I really heard was them trying to block it, them trying to like ignore all that with some famous people bullshit. Like, I don't give a fuck if someone broke up, bro. I don't give a fuck if another guy broke up with Taylor Swift. You know,
Wait, what?
I ain't, like like them covering everything up, bro. You know, like
That's a waste of a thought, and even yeah, I don't give two shits.
I don't fucking care about if a famous person's dog died or fucking Donald Trump loses half of his fucking hair. You know, it's like,
So if you want to hear something cool, I guess. So talk about celebrities in a way. Uh, my wife and I delivered to Jeremy Renner's house, and his fucking
oh
place, his mansion was, or house was, it was fucking bitching.
hell yeah. Did you go inside or no?
No, actually, we were supposed to deliver to his house, but that was the address, and we were supposed to deliver to his, I guess, his sister's house. But whatever.
Hmm.
He came
I
to
mean,
he's like, what the fuck?
uh, fuck. Um, yeah, I've been hearing everything about that rapper, David.
The one that got caught with the dead chick in his trunk.
Yeah,
I heard about it.
yeah. I personally, I didn't expect it, but I woke up near usual bullshit, and I go on fucking Instagram. I'm scrolling. That's all I see. David this, David that, David this, David that. So I'm looking into it. This fucker has a car in fucking Austin or some bullshit somewhere in Texas, and they found like a dead body of this teenage chick in his Tesla. You know. Meanwhile, this fucker's on tour like the entire time he's on tour, just performing his shit, and the cops are going real into detail about this, like
With
investigating.
fucking blood shirts and like having cemetery fucking. That was a weirdo. That
Yeah,
was
man. No, well, they found the body chopped up, and it looked like the body was there for a good bit. And what was it called? Well, I've seen a video of him cleaning some fucking shoes, right? Like a pair of white shoes that this chick wore. And he's over there cleaning and shit, talking about, oh, I clean shoes on the side, like as a side business or some bullshit.
who the fuck does that when you make music and live in a big old house? That's stupid as hell.
I don't even know, man. Um,
That
but
thing,
what I,
that whole thing is suspicious because they have all that evidence, like you're saying, but then now they're saying that the LAPD aren't pressing charges, and they have a lot of evidence they're going through, and they're saying that they had evidence that he was paying the family to like for her to stay with him and all this. I don't know. It's a bunch of weird, shady shit. Fucking,
yeah.
because his ass would have been in prison for sure, like right now.
Oh, he would have either way, I mean, the chick was young. That's statutory,
But
So either way, he would have gotten some fucking time.
seeing it from his perspective is like he's not. It's his car in his name, but
Mhm.
it wasn't. Was it him in possession of it at the time? Because he has a business. He has people work for him, so he probably bought these cars or has them in his name and leases them in his name for people to use that are like working for him. So maybe that's something,
Right.
you know. And it could be
Yeah.
and that there's another fucking broad that looks just like her too, and there's another broad. I think he calls her the same name or some shit. I don't know. It's a bunch of weirdo shit like that.
Yeah, just a bunch of Hollywood shit. That would be some Hollywood shit, though. No. Fuck it, though, man. I guess we just gotta see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see like in fucking a couple months if that fool's gonna go to prison or not.
Okay, so I want to play that story for you two where you guys die. So you ready for this shit?
All right.
You could have your cameras on. I need to see a thumbs up to make sure you guys can hear this. Okay.
Three friends, Xavier, Anthony, and David, decided to escape the everyday grind and head to Nevada for a hiking adventure. They were excited to explore the vast desert landscape, disconnect from technology, and spend 5 days immersed in nature. Little did they know, this trip would become their worst nightmare. On the first day, they ventured deep into the Nevada desert, marveling at the rugged beauty surrounding them. The endless expanse of sand and rock formations was breathtaking. As night fell, they set up camp and gathered around the fire, sharing stories and laughter. But as darkness settled in, strange noises began echoing around their campsite. They searched the area with their flashlights, but found nothing. Shrugging it off as desert wildlife, they retreated to their tents. The next morning, they discovered a pool of dark liquid near the campfire. It was unsettling, but they convinced themselves it was nothing to worry about. Day 2 brought more hiking and stunning desert views. They pushed deeper into the wilderness, feeling accomplished and alive. That night, after finishing dinner, they said their goodnights and crawled into their tents. Suddenly, a low growling sound came from right outside Xavier's tent. He called out, accusing Anthony and David of playing a prank, but both responded that they heard it too. Nervously, all three emerged from their tents and scanned the darkness. Nothing. They agreed it must have been their imagination and went back to sleep. The third morning revealed a horrifying sight. Dead animals lay scattered around their campfire, torn apart and lifeless. They rationalized that a predator had been nearby, which explained the growling. Despite their unease, they continued hiking deeper into the desert. That night, after setting up camp and eating dinner, they turned in early. Then it happened. Xavier saw something grab his tent from outside. He jumped out, ready to catch whoever was messing with him, but froze in absolute terror. Within seconds, Anthony and David rushed out to see what was wrong. What they found was unimaginable. Their friend Xavier stood there, covered in blood, his eyes, tongue, and ears brutally removed. He died within the hour, and there was no help for miles. Panic set in. The two surviving friends, Anthony and David, ran blindly into the darkness before deciding to return to camp and wait until morning. They covered their dead friend Xavier with a blanket and placed him in his tent. At dawn, they began retracing their steps, but something was terribly wrong. They were lost. As darkness fell again, they pitched their tents side by side, terrified of what lurked in the shadows. When the remaining friend woke up, his companion was gone. He waited an hour, hoping he'd return. Finally, he checked the other tent and found Anthony's severed head resting on the sleeping bag, brain, eyes, tongue, and ears missing. Completely losing his mind, he grabbed nothing and ran. He ran all day without stopping, driven by pure terror. Exhausted, David finally collapsed and fell asleep. Hours later, he woke to find a dark demon standing over him. Its eyes were completely black, its teeth sharp and dripping with blood, and its forked tongue flickered hungrily. The demon stared at him with insatiable hunger. The creature devoured David, just as it had his friends Xavier and Anthony. The demon is still out there, lurking in the Nevada desert, waiting for its next victims.
That was it.
Man, what the fuck?
Yeah, why the fuck your devil ass gets to live the whole time?
Yeah, come on now. Why do I gotta go out first?
What kind of shit is that?
What the fuck? Yeah. Goddamn, that's funny. That sounds brutal as fuck, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried not laughing when I saw you, like your head was facing, and then once he said like the ears, like and everything else was gone, your face just looked at the camera. I just want to fucking laugh, dude. That shit was funny.
No, that's crazy.
Fucking hilarious. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Well,
I mean, it was.
we were talking about last week it being Halloween, so I thought I'd make a story where we died.
Well, it was good. I liked it. It was a nice little short story.
It was alright. My bad.
Yeah.
bro.
Did you
I,
pay for that or you did it yourself?
Did it myself.
Yeah, no, so it was good. I can I can see somebody animating that.
I tried to put it to animation, but everything I gotten was so stupid.
animation is hard, and then it's expensive when you start getting into it and all that too.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true because then you gotta buy all these fucking subscriptions. You gotta install all these apps, or you gotta buy these all these apps, all this shit just for a simple 10-20 second video.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the cheapest things to do if you really want to get into it is to design a video game. Because I remember
Mm.
when I was in school, they used to show us how to do the sound design inside the games. So they kind of had to show us how like the game like mechanics of them designing it worked and all that shit. So like for like a sound of a waterfall, they were like, okay, well you have to go to the waterfall and there's one area and it's not done, but it's still this is where the waterfall's going. So you have to go into the settings and add the waterfall, but then put it as an effect where as you come towards it, you hear it louder and louder, and as you walk away from it, you hear it like less and less. So it's
Oh,
like
that's
it's
actually pretty cool.
programmed, yeah, within it. But that's fucking pretty cool because I forgot was there was only like two or three at the time. They were saying two or three main like game mechanics like systems that they fucking made everything on. What is that?
Hmm.
Like all of these big fucking gaming station like how they use the same type of software. There's like two or three. I'm not sure about now, but back in the day it was like two or three they said, and it was all the same shit. And I remember we got taught how to do the sound design at one of them, and it was fucking pretty simple because all you had to do was just like an open space. You added texture, and then whatever design works or whatever the fuck you wanted to do. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, that's actually pretty cool. I actually took a class on something like that, but it was like the first step in the getting into like making video games. It was 3D design. They were teaching me how to make like chairs and shit, like simple stuff, right? And I think they were telling me a class above it was like audio and video and shit. But I ended up moving, so I never really got to do all that.
That's something cool to still get into, especially with like the 3D printing now. Like if you can get into
Mhm.
like I was looking into like getting a nice setup with like a 3D printer, but I want to get the scanner too, and the scanner is just as expensive as a nice 3D printer. It's like $600, so you can like scan
Shit.
things too. Yeah, other people use it for like I seen this dude use it to fucking design his interior. He put like the balls, like a bunch of little balls on the interior itself for like the shape, and then he scanned it, and then he put it in the computer system, and he was able to fucking get the shape and size of all the interior work and shit. And it's pretty
Yeah.
fucking cool. It's expensive as shit though right now.
Oh, I bet because you not only got to pay for the machine itself, but you're also paying for all the material that goes with it.
I hate that shit about like it's cool that the advancements we have in technology, but things get cheaper as the longer we have things and the more better we get at things and the more like different companies like manufacture them. Because I
Yeah.
remember they're saying like back in the day the 3D printers were like fucking 15,000 and then like 1,500. They were big as shit, like as big as a table, and now they're fucking
Yeah,
a couple $100. Everything gets kind of cheaper as things go along.
that is true, man. That's because they're always advancing that technology, like you're saying.
Yeah, it's cheaper to do it a certain way or whatever the fuck, or it's been out for so long they want to keep making a buck and try to make it more like mainstream and more available because that's the
Yeah,
way to do it.
yeah.
One thing I used to fucking see, and I think I gotta look at it now, but I remember back in the day when I used to grow with my buddies, like fucking 10 years ago, I used to fucking try to find ways to go test like the weed for the potency. So to go to the spots, you have to go in into the lab and pay and all that, which is like you can do the same thing like how here, like any state that's legal, they pay these labs and they go and they get a state approved like test results and say there's X amount of whatever the fuck, your THC's this, and there's no mold or whatever, you're good to sell. So you can do the same thing as just a person that's growing. Say, hey, I have this gram of weed or eighth of weed. I forgot how much they said they want. You can take it to them and say, hey, can you test it for me? And they'll tell you everything in it, and what's the potency and all that. But back in the day, it was kind of like still like gray area, black market, especially in California. So we're like, I don't know what we're gonna do. So they barely had this machine that it was like a little box like the size of a phone, and you can fucking put a piece of weed in there, and it'll give you like a rough estimate of what the THC is. But back in the day, it was like fucking $800 or something like that. It was
Oh shit.
800 fucking bucks for that, and we're like, nah, we're gonna spend that fucking much money on that because like, and it wasn't even that accurate at the time. And I remember asking like a few years after that, I asked one of my buddies about it, and he said, "Oh yeah, I used to have that, and I used to go to the place and go test it and go take it, and then I used to use the machine." He's like, it was never perfect, but it was really accurate, like 1 or 2%. And I guess now, and it was like $200 or $300, and it's way more accurate, and you can use it on your phone. I guess you can connect it to your phone from like Bluetooth, and it's like small, like the size of your iPod or AirPods, like small like that. And you can fucking put a piece of weed in there, and it'll show you on your phone how much percent you have and shit like that. I think it's like $200 or $300. It's fucking cool as shit.
That does sound pretty cool. Do you know what it's called though?
I think it's just THC tester.
So
watch, I'll look it up right now on Amazon. I bet you can find it.
All right.
Back in the day, I used to, and it's for potency. When I used to do it back in the day, that shit was fucking really hard to find and was expensive. Yeah, see, this one's $330. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah. It's called T-Check. That's fucking crazy. Oh, it's like the size of your phone. It's still like the size of your phone, but it goes through the app still too.
Oh.
Like a little box. It looks real small. It looks like a USB, but if you look at the pictures on it, it'll show like someone holding it in their hands. And then at the bottom, it's like a little tray you put the weed in, and it tells you how much potency it is. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, man.
And that's another thing too. People don't realize, because I used to be in the industry and like see all the people that go taste their weed. They used to have some of the dumbest fucking people go and give them their buds. Because if you know anything about the way a plant grows, it's gonna be the best, most potent buds are gonna be your top buds, like the big, nice, all fucking shiny with trichomes. Those are the ones that are gonna be like testing high, like 30%. But if you just like get lazy and you go and you grab a bud like on the bottom, just like, let me get this little one right here on the bottom. Get a couple of those. Those are not going to be the same as like the top buds that are like really represent what the whole plant is about. Because not every single bud's going to be the same potency. It's going to, and just because you have 5 of the same plant and they're like from the same mother, like you took a bunch of clones and you have 5 of the same plant, sometimes that one plant out of the 5 will be like the better one out of all. For some reason. It's just the way the fucking plants grow and shit. So it'll be cool just to like go to the store and fucking see what it says, the packaging says, and then just put it in the machine and see what it really is. See if you're really getting that 32%.
Damn. You see, I don't really know a whole lot about that. I mean, all I know is just to smoke it. That's pretty much it, you know. I don't really go.
Same team, don't worry, bro. I'm like,
yeah, because I wouldn't know what I'm looking at unless somebody told me, you know.
I'm like, look, it's growing. Smoke it.
Yeah, no shit.
Weed is cool because like that's why you see the thing behind me, like a lot of the strains and shit. It's all about like. I used to watch this one thing called Strain Hunters, where they go to different parts of the world, and there's places where they have strains growing wild. They call them land races. So like everyone says the indica and the sativas. all different parts of the world, they have these different types of indicas and sativas. Sometimes, some rare times, they'll have like a little bit of a hybrid land race, but they grow wild. So like if you go on the other side of the world, like Pakistan and like fucking Saudi Arabia and shit like that, like or India, is another place too because they're high altitude, like way up in the mountains and shit like that. They have those land race indicas, like straight like Kush, like everyone hears about the Hindu Kush. Hindu Kush comes from the Hindu mountains. Those motherfuckers have Hindu Kush plants that are growing just wild. They're not like our shit though. Like if you go to the store and say, "Oh, let me give me a bag of some OG Kush," it's not the same thing. And I'll tell you why. It's because whenever we take those strains, it has to take one person, some crazy white guy or some fucking crazy guy, and he's like, "Let me take some seeds home and put it in a pot and grow it and give it fucking 20 times, 50 times what it should normally get. Instead of it getting like water every other fucking week and getting a little bit of nutrients from the soil, I'm packing the shit out of it. I'm giving them the best everything and making it grow to the best potential. That's why growing cannabis, like cultivating it on your own, is the best way to get the best, like tasting, like all that shit. I firmly believe. I remember we used to talk about that shit too, like about the different flavors, the different highs that you get from the different ways that you grow the weed. So like the main ones, right? Soil, dirt, sometimes cocoa mix, perlite, whatever. Mainly soil, and then there's gonna be your hydro mix, which is soilless, just straight hydro. Then you got your cocoa, and then some people will like say, "Oh, there's a fourth one, the rock one." So I don't like the fourth. They say every different type has a different taste, a smell, and a high to it. I feel like the best taste is gonna be from soil. Like something about in soil and like some cocoa too. Cocoa's pretty good. It's kind of like on the line. It's not as tasty like with the terps and all that because the microbial life. That's what it is. It's like the bacteria in the soil. As it grows, it breaks down and like eats the salts that you're giving the plant. Like it's the byproduct of all the nutrients you're putting in the soil. Like all the shit you put in there is breaking down, and then you have all this microbial life that's eating it, and that all that shit is releasing different types of shit in the soil that's making your plant eat, to be able to have different terps for it to taste better. And that's what we're talking about too. Like me and my buddy were like, man, what if you because there's additives you can put, like sulfur additives to put like make flavors come in, like more of like a fruity flavor, like or like more of a pine flavor. It comes into the buds. And we're talking about like, well, really, what is it? It's a compost mixture. So it's going to be something that's like, you have to think about, okay, what can we give this plant to make it more strawberry taste? Or like, what can I give it to make it more of like an OG taste? Because if we can make our own type of like compost mix, we can have our own type of mixture of like organic shit. We can just pour and mix into our soil, and it'll get more of those flavors that come in naturally, That's what's pretty cool about fucking growing weed, because you can do some crazy shit. Like I've seen some crazy ass different types of fucking growing weed. But yeah, man, I can talk all day long about growing weed.
I have no idea. I don't have a green thumb.
You're not good with plants? Oh, you good with snakes though, and animals and shit.
Yeah, plants now. They die. I'm like, oh.
It takes a lot of discipline and like being patient. I was never patient when I first started growing weed a long time ago. I was just always like, come on, hurry, like put a seed in the soil. Like from the first time I put a seed in and it grew until the time I cut the plant down and tried to smoke it, I was just always in a rush to like have some bud. So I was like, fuck man, hurry up and grow. Hurry up and dry. How come you're not burning right? And it's like, it's always a patience thing, And the more you take care of the plants, and it sucks too because you don't realize when you grow weed, you're gonna kill that plant. So if you grow a plant, and that's what they call mothers, clones and all that, and it's because if you grow a plant, grow the plant, take some clones, make some cuttings, make some babies off of it. Keep that mother, the seed, the one that you made the seed from. Keep that one on the side. You grow that one healthy and you keep it for months. You keep cuttings and then you make plants because when the buds come in, you have to cut the plant. That's the only way. You got to cut the whole plant down. You got to murder your crop, man. You got to fucking cut them shits down.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a fucking, it's kind of a sight because if you're sitting there growing your plants, because think about that too, because you got to grow them at least 3 months. At least. That's one whole month of you growing it from when you took the cut, made it root, grow it up like a bush, make it look nice and branchy. Cool. Put it to flower. 2 months. Then at the end of the 3 months, you cut it down, and that's it. But then all the nice shit you made it look all nice and come in big and beautiful, boom, you cut it down. But if you didn't do it right, and if you didn't flush the soil, just give it water and make sure you cut it down at the right time, or didn't have no light leaks. So that's one of the things too. People, when I never knew that too. Like if you have light leaks when you have your time in the darkness when they're flying, the plant thinks it starts getting like light and it gets stressed, so it thinks it's dying. So what it starts doing is making seeds. So it'll make pollen pockets, like pollen sacs on itself, and it'll make these pollen pockets like they'll open, boom, and then it'll just pollinate itself and make a bunch of seeds, and then you have a bunch of seed bud. And no one wants that, because if you, when you're smoking bud seeds, especially a nice piece of bud, you pack it, and then you're like, oh fuck, you start seeing crackling, or you see a fucking brown fucking seed, you're getting a headache on that shit. You don't want that. Not good for you.
Well, when you say it'll give you a headache, what do you mean?
Well, yeah, that's the thing back in the day. Like, if you ever heard of stress weed, like back in the day, you get a bag of fucking for $5, you get like fucking an eighth. Yeah, yeah, and there was a bunch of stems and seeds. Yeah, but then sometimes if you weren't like mindful and took all the stems and seed out, you have some in the bowl or whatever you're smoking, and you get a fucking headache. You know what I mean? Because you're smoking fucking twigs and seeds. You know what I mean? It's not doesn't really smoke good. It hits your head and gives you a headache and shit. That's why it's best to grow weed with no seeds. It's really an art too, to grow weed. Like even colors too. Like to see colors come in. The meaning of the colors is like its own thing. So like if you wanted to make purple, you can make purple all day because some strains just grow. Or you can make it cold. You can just like turn the AC on or let it get real cold, and then the plants will like kind of like the chlorophyll and the plants, the green, it'll die and it'll start turning purple. But then you can do like the yellow, like if you don't give it nitrogen enough, it'll start like eating itself because it doesn't have nitrogen, and it starts eating the nitrogen in its plant, and that's what gives it greenness in the plant. So it can start eating itself and looking yellow. Or I think like a red is a phosphorus, and then a white, you can do a white if calcium, like if you don't have enough calcium. There's just different colors that you can have the plant come in, and it's not good. Like if you see these colors in your plant, it means something's not good. The plant's gonna come in like shit. It's gonna be some nasty buds. So like the colors, like when you see like that, in the end, it's good. And I'll tell you why. Because like I told you, the colors show you that the plant doesn't have certain nutrients in the soil. So what it's doing is taking whatever it has in its leaves. So if it's a leaf that's green, it has all those nutrients in it. Well, I don't have calcium left. I don't have phosphorus left. Or, like it's starting to die because it's at the end of its life. So you have to take all the nutrients out, because if you just cut it down right away, you're gonna smoke fucking nutrients. It's not gonna burn right. It's gonna be black. It's gonna be nasty. It's never gonna burn. Never. It's gonna stay like a piece of fucking charcoal. But you have to give it just straight water for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, 14 days straight. Straight water, like drinking water. And this is like consumable. So in the end, you should be able to take a leaf off at the end of 2 weeks and take the stem and chew on it and not have no like weird taste or like if you're growing your weed and you take a piece of the branch, you kind of like chew on the stem a little bit, it's gonna taste a little funny, you know what I mean? Because there's nutrients in the plant. But as you the buds and you're making it die and you just give it water, it's eating itself. So it's making all the colors come in, like these yellows and these oranges and all these different little colors come in because it's eating itself as it's dying. But if you do it right, the plant doesn't need to kill itself because it has all that shit built up in the soil. So you're just letting it eat itself naturally to the time it's gonna die. But because you've been giving it feeding constantly, it's not gonna be low on anything. It's gonna look beautiful and green and come down like a nice green looking bud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Weed's fucking cool, man. I used to hella like being around plants on my old job and shit. Because we used to like get up and go and like cut the plants and like trim them, and then we used to see them grow. Like I swear, we used to see them grow because we were there 8 hours a day. So we're in the grow room, and it's just a big green room with a bunch of tables, and then we're sitting there trimming the leaves. You know, I just did that table. I did that table, and I'm sitting at this table, and I'm looking across, and I swear you can see the plants like they're moving up. Before you leave at the end of the day, I swear they grew like a half an inch.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right, enough about plants.
I have
What
no
else?
idea. So when you're telling me, I'm trying to absorb it, but I'm like,
Yeah, because I was always curious about the different colors. Like, what does it mean? You know, because like in middle school, I was always looking at pictures of like weed and shit, and there's all these different colors, right? I've seen like white strains, pink strains. I've seen like a mixture where it's like
But that's
green,
the thing that's
purple.
the beauty about like certain strains, right? Because not only like I told you of the deficiencies, the reason why they start eating itself and then takes those like deficiencies and then turns colors. But there's certain strains. It's it's like a lemon or a lime. It's like
Mhm.
it's just the hue and the color that it grows because of the strain itself. It's fucking crazy. Some strains I've seen, like you said, they'll come in pink or they'll come in like an orange. I see some that look like a piece of orange, like with leaves around it. I swear it looked like a ball, like
Nice.
a little orange with a bunch of leaves around. I was like, no fucking way. It was orange. And then I remember seeing like purple, like all purple, like the stem is purple, no green, all purple, like not dye, nothing, like straight natural. I even seen
Yeah.
like, with that super silver haze. The reason why they call it too that is because if you ever that real super silver haze, if you get a bud and you crack it open in the center and you reveal the flower, there's a stripe that you see down the center. It's a silver. I swear it looks like a gray stripe going down the center of the bud. It's just the way it looks. Nice shit, man.
cool shit.
Is there like a almost black kind of color?
There
Yeah.
is a lot of purples. Like people say, like, oh, what are the purples? Oh, purples are more of like sativa strains, but they're like hybrids now. You know, like hybrid mixed strains, like the Indo Purps or Granddaddy Purps, Purple Urkels, and like Grape Ape. Like if you're from the early 2000s, you don't know what's up with all the purples in our area. You know, like the Grape Apes. Like they always say, like, oh, I got grapes. Talking about all that fucking old school purple strains, you know, like they got that grapey
Yeah.
flavor and shit. Those are the good strains. They sometimes they come in so dark they look purple, like black, like fucking the
Mm.
buds look like black. I used to have some buds sometimes that come in like that. Some of the most unique like shit I used to have, or like I used to have this one that used to come in that used to be like blue, and it was a blueberry pie. And like this is rare too. Like the big fan leaves, there was like in the center, the fan leaf was just one little bud, and that's how it used to come in. And it used to look like a little like light bluish tint to it. That was cool. And then I used to have this other one called Black Cherry Chem Dog, and it used to come in like red. It used to come in like it was crazy too because I used to never do like nothing to it, but it would come in like red. Like the end, like when it would eat itself, it looked a little bit like a little bit red. It was fucking nice,
Hmm.
and it tasted like flowers, like a bag of roses. It was nice.
That sounds pretty cool, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have the patience to do something like that, but I don't know like how to really start getting into it, you know?
It's just all about getting to know people. If you really wanted to get into doing that, I can tell you some people you can talk to, but it's all legal now. You know what I mean? You got to know the right people and do it all legal and like have equipment. A lot of it is to do is equipment. Equipment, what you're gonna have to have for your nutrients, what you want to grow. You know, it's because your first time you want to start small and all that too. Growing is pretty nice. Because, but the thing is
Yeah.
too, you're not gonna see no results until like 4 to 5 months from the day you start. Just like damn, 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
But the thing is too, like you can start like and grow, and then once you start to flower, it takes a full 60 days, right? But say you grow for a month, and then okay, I'm halfway through my first flower, I can start a new batch. So when my first batch comes down, my second batch is already halfway through its cycle too. You know what I mean? So you can have a harvest every month concurrently. And it's like, or you can do it every 2 weeks. You can do it every fucking week. You can do it every 3 weeks. It's whatever schedule you want to have bud all the time. Like I used to know people that used to grow and do it like every week. They come home, cut down plants, put another 5 in to flower, and it was a every Friday thing. But they always had weed. And it was cool to see. Like that's for those people that grow weed that always have weed because they always fucking be doing like this. Always work. You know what I mean? It's cool. But then it gets fucking tiring on too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't like David. I don't have green thumb, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, growing. It really depends on what you're set up for. Because like some of these motherfuckers, like those people that be doing like that, those Chinese motherfuckers that be living like 50 motherfuckers in like a house. They ain't got no furniture, they ain't got shit. Have you seen those videos where they be like raiding in California and shit? These fucking
Mhm.
crazy bastards. I don't know how they get these Chinese immigrants and shit. It's always the Chinese immigrants. It's these motherfuckers get in the house. They go, and the reason why they get in trouble too is because they hook up their electrical illegally from the pole from like the neighbor's house or something. So these motherfuckers be going on the pole to bring in another fucking power, fucking a secondary power to come in to have even more power to have more lights. Because that's another big thing. Like when you grow weed, it's all about like lights, water, lights, and nutrients. That's like the big three. And like if you want to grow lots of weed, like these people that are doing this black market shit, you need a bunch of lights, a bunch of money for fucking light bills. You need a lot of fucking water, clean water, fresh water. That's what these people sometimes that grow outside, they go near like lakes and rivers and shit like that. Fuck up the streams because of all the byproducts of the nutrients. And the nutrients themselves are expensive. If you want to get a big like barrel of it, like if you want to grow a lot of plants, like 100 plants, you need enough to like get you through 3 months, 4 months. You're gonna need like barrels of that shit. It's gonna be like thousands of dollars for that shit. Thousands of dollars.
Mm.
It's like it's some serious shit. Like you got to be able to get into it and know like I need my return on my investment. So whenever you see these people that be doing that shit in those houses, like what the fuck are they doing to get all this together? You know, it's a lot of money just to get going.
Yeah. I don't think I really heard of anything about people getting raided recently. Um,
The
I
last
mean,
I seen was way out there in like Henderson or something like that, and they had a really there was an outdoor garden, and it was a really big like grow. I think they had like thousands of plants, like 2 or 3 thousand plants, something like that.
Yeah.
It was an outdoor operation, and they showed the pictures on the fucking news, and that was a couple years ago too. And they came in from above, and it was fucking huge, like in the middle of the desert, and they came over like a valley, and then boom, it was just a big old fucking farm with like a canopy over, it, and you can tell like the fucking plants are bright green, neon green. You can really tell they're weed. I used to know some dude too. He used to grow gorilla grow. They call it. What they do is they go out into the forest, and he went to prison for that shit too. He was a white guy. He was really cool. That fucking white guy. He went to prison. He was like 30 or like in his 40s, and I met him when I was in my 20s. And I remember I was talking, man, what's up, man, this and that, and he was telling me like because I was buying a light from him, and he was like, yeah, man, me and him started talking about weed, and he's telling me about how to grow in the middle of the forest. And he's like, well, how do you do it? He's saying, yeah, what you have to do is you have to have your plants ready. You have the plants ready at a nice, healthy state. Take them out in the pot, and you have to like backpack in, like you backpack in like you're a hiker. You got to go way out there, and what you got to do is you got to go scout out first. You go find the place. Say, okay, well, go way out in the place you want to go out and to where it's an accessible. Cool. No one's gonna go. You gotta make sure no one's out there, and then you gotta make sure no animals are gonna come around too, because they come and fuck with the plants. All right, cool. So not on top of that too, they go way out in the middle of nowhere. They gotta set the plants up, not just to go on like, hey, I just want the plants to just sit here. I don't have to come back like how you growing at home or in a facility. I got to be able to put nutrients in the fucking ground with soil and make sure it's going to feed itself when the water comes from the rain. That's how it gets its watering. or when I come once a week or once every 2 weeks because I can't come all the time. It's really methodical. It's like planned out in advance. So he doesn't come all the time so he doesn't get caught. So he'll go out there every so often and go water his plant, leave, whatever, cool. And then when the harvest comes, go out there with the backpack with a couple people, and then they go on and chop that shit down and be tall, like fucking 12 feet tall, fucking big old buds. And they go chop that shit down, and it was a lot. And he said, "Yeah, we had to chop all that shit down, and put it on the backpacks, and get the fuck out of there."
That's fucking crazy.
The people that do that land race stuff, this is why I like Jamaicans too, because Jamaicans are part of their culture of being cannabis cultivators. Like they have that lamb's breath. You ever heard of that? Like even Bob Marley talks about it in his music. Lamb's breath, and it's a certain strain. It's like a sativa dominant strain, but it's a hybrid, and it's land race in their area, in a certain area in Jamaica. And what they do is they maintain it. So what they do is they're Jamaicans, they're Rastafarian, so they're real religious. So what they do is they have a live seed bank. So what they do is they grow the weed wildly. They'll have an area to come and they'll grow all the weed. So they have males and females. Everyone knows the females are what the buds are. Flowers, that's what you're smoking. The males are the pollen sacs, the nuts. They're giving all the pollen to the female. So making the seeds. So when you have a male next to a female, you're gonna have a male open all its pollen sac and throw all the pollen on it, just busting all on, like making seeds. You know what I mean? So it's making a bunch of seeds. So that's what it's naturally doing. So what they're doing is they're letting it grow naturally. They're having it grow naturally in the area. It's a live seed bank. So they're making seeds and they're naturally growing in the wind, blowing all these seeds in the ground. They're just constantly growing it. But every 7 years they change the area, and that's what they do. What they do is they collect the seeds. And then when the 7 years are up, they'll cut the whole area down, start in a new area with the new seed, the seeds from the last batch of ones that fell naturally, and just throw them on the ground. Start again, and that they said they always had that strain there because they always done that, and it's because they constantly have a live seed bank just throwing seeds. They always have seeds. They have a bunch of seeds all the time. So when they're ready to start, they just boom. Go to the next one. They're still constantly growing that shit.
Didn't know that.
Being a cannabis man.
Man, what the fuck? This shit's all busted, I think.
We got 2 minutes though, because it is my mom's birthday and I gotta head over there. I haven't been over there yet.
A lot of birthdays.
Yeah.
I wish it was my birthday. I don't.
Damn, dude. What are you doing, X?
Nothing.
What about that?
Smoking.
Well, I'm trying to get this cart to fucking do something, bro, but it's like
Not working? Nicotine cart. Nicotine. Check it out. Check out the peace pipe today. We got a special peace pipe.
oh shit.
Hold on.
Specialty.
Damn.
This is the old school one. Back when this was the thing to have back in the day. Like it was the thing to have the designs and all that shit on the boulders. But they don't do this shit no more. I remember back in the day, this shit was $1,000 with this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think now I see motherfuckers they be selling their old school rigs like this. They'll be selling for $200-300. Like fuck it. Yeah, I had this.
Damn.
I had this for years, man. I had it since 2009. Long ass time.
I don't have a piece up yet.
The Halloween fucking spider.
Oh, that's fucking cool. I'll tell you this though. So when I moved down here, right, I started smoking. I didn't really have money to buy carts, or I didn't really have any money to buy like a bomb, like a rig or a pipe, like a little pipe or nothing like that. So what I would do is I'd use a soda can, I'd use a soda can, and this was the first time I like smoked by myself, like a solo session, smoking flower. I had a in my previous job or in a previous job I had, um, a buddy of mine. He came up to me and he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "You smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I do." He's like, "Do you smoke flower?" I'm like, "Look, man, if it's weed, I'm good." I was like, "That's all. That's the only thing I fucking smoke, right?" And he's like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Well, guess what? Merry Christmas." He gives me a fucking baggie, like a baggie like this, full of fucking weed and shit. So I'm like, "Fuck yeah, bro." So I go home, I open up my little fucking window and shit, and I didn't have anything with me. So I'm over here thinking, damn, how am I supposed to fucking smoke if I don't have anything to smoke it out of? You know? So I'm looking around and shit, and then I see a fucking blue lemonade sun-kissed can. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck
The
it. I've never made a.
cancerous of-
What's up?
the most cancerous of all cans.
I don't doubt it, bro. But what's it called? I was like, you know what? I've never made a soda can like pipe or a soda can bong before, so fuck it, you know. And I looked it up how to like properly make it and shit. And yeah, I just started smoking it like that. It sucked because I had to fucking pick it apart with my fucking hands and shit.
You should use the apple.
An apple?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have an apple. All I
Bang.
had was soda cans.
One time we used the potato. That was cool.
A potato,
Tastes like dirt a little bit at first. You gotta get that shit clean.
fucking baked potatoes, bro.
No, it can't be baked, motherfuckers. It gotta be raw. Like a fucking yeah, like a fucking apple. You can use all kinds of shit to make a nice pipe. We can use a fucking pineapple. Nice pineapple.
Mhm.
I think. And some things that some shit crosses the line. Like I would never use no fucking or no shit like that.
Fucking a strawberry. You
That's
can use
too fucking
strawberry, right?
burn your fucking eyelashes with that shit.
I'll tell you know, here's a funny fucking story, right? So my first time smoking weed, my buddy he had a pipe. It was like one of those small little metal pipes, and what was it called? When we were fucking taking a hit out of it and shit, and I didn't fucking know this, but I didn't know this until my friend was like, "Hey, bro, your hair is on fire," because I had the motherfucker like this. So my fucking hair, like all right here, it
You're
was like
like,
all was
that is
smoking and
another-
shit.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I was like, oh fuck. So I'm like this and shit. I'm like, fuck it, take another fucking hit.
But I gotta get going, guys. Let's do it again next week. But let's for next week's topics, if you guys are cool with it, let's do Halloween shit. I want to
All
do.
right.
I want to do another fucking story, but it won't be about us three dying.
How about you do the Ouija board and you can record yourself and you can tell us your experience.
Or you can just come do it with me.
Nah, I want to hear about your time first.
Or like we said, like last time, we could go to X's house and do it there.
Mm, I don't want to see the fucking snakes jumping around and doing some crazy shit. You know?
Well, so
Nah.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so crazy shit, real quick. My fucking neighbor across the way, their welcome mat is a whole ass Ouija board.
See, that's already calling your name, dude. You should be playing on their
No.
mat, just right on the carpet.
Nah.
where you can get it for daily.
It just wants
All
to,
right.
just wants to play a little bit. That's it.
Halloween it is next time. All righty, boys. It was a nice one this time.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.